Emily Turner had always believed some wounds were too deep to ever heal, but that belief shattered the moment she saw her. It was a cold December morning in downtown Seattle. The sidewalks glistened with leftover rain, and the air smelled faintly of roasted coffee from the cafe she passed every morning. Emily adjusted her scarf, rushing to the office when she froze. Sitting on the corner near the bus stop, knees pulled to her chest, cardboard sign trembling in the wind, was Sarah Collins, her former best friend. Once inseparable, Sarah had been the sister Emily never had, but 3 years ago, betrayal had burned their friendship to ashes. A stolen promotion, a ruined reputation, and words too cruel to take back had driven them apart. Emily had walked away that day swearing she'd never forgive her. Now Sarah's face was pale and tired, her eyes hollow yet hauntingly familiar. She was holding a paper cup that barely had a few coins in it. For a split second, Sarah looked up, and their eyes met, a flash of recognition, then shame. Emily's breath caught in her throat, but she looked away. She tightened her grip on her purse and walked past. If you believe true kindness always finds its way back, please tap the like button now and subscribe to support more stories like this. As Emily hurried away, guilt twisted inside her chest. But she buried it, convincing herself Sarah had made her choices. People change, she muttered. She made her bed. She stopped by a cafe for her usual caramel latte. When she reached into her coat pocket to pay, her fingers brushed against something cold, metallic. She pulled it out and stared. It was a silver ring, simple, worn, but unmistakable. Her breath hitched. The ring had belonged to Sarah. Years ago, when Emily's mother was dying of cancer, Sarah had given her that ring the night before the funeral. "Whenever you feel lost," Sarah had said softly, "this will remind you that you're not alone." But that ring had vanished after their fallout. Emily had searched for it once, then stopped caring, assuming it was gone forever, just like their friendship. So how was it here, now, in her pocket? The latte in her hand suddenly felt weightless. Memories began to pour back. Sarah sitting by her hospital bed, holding her hand through the worst nights. Sarah defending her against cruel rumors in college. Sarah crying the day Emily got that big promotion. Tears blurred her vision. She dropped the coffee cup in a nearby trash bin and turned around. Her legs moved before her mind could catch up. When she reached the corner again, Sarah was still there, shivering, staring at the ground. Emily's voice trembled as she said, "Sarah?" Sarah looked up, startled. "Emily?" Emily knelt down beside her, heart pounding. Where have you been?" Sarah blinked hard, ashamed. "I lost everything, Em. After I got fired, I couldn't pay rent. I didn't know who to call. Not after what I did to you." Emily's throat tightened. "You put this ring in my pocket, didn't you?" Sarah shook her head slowly. "No, I haven't seen that ring since the day we stopped talking." Emily stared at the ring again, trembling. Maybe it had slipped from an old coat Sarah had borrowed once. Maybe it had been fate. But deep down she knew. It was a sign. Without another word, Emily took Sarah's frozen hands in hers. "Come on," she whispered, "you're coming with me." That night, Emily gave Sarah a hot meal, a shower, and a place to sleep. Over steaming bowls of soup, they talked, hesitantly at first, then freely, until the walls between them finally cracked. Sarah apologized for everything, the jealousy, the lies, the pain. Emily listened, tears falling into her hands. "I was angry for so long," she said quietly, "but seeing you today, I think maybe we both lost something bigger than pride." Sarah smiled weakly. "I never stopped missing you." Emily reached for the ring between them and placed it in Sarah's palm. "You gave me this once when I needed hope. Now, I'm giving it back to you." Silence filled the small apartment. Then softly, Sarah said, "Maybe it found its way back to remind us, kindness doesn't disappear. It just waits to be rediscovered." We'd love to hear your story. What is the most memorable act of unexpected kindness you have witnessed or received? Share it in the comments below. Weeks later, Emily helped Sarah find a job at her company's outreach program. Together, they started volunteering at the local shelter where Sarah once found refuge. Their laughter returned, different now, tempered by the pain they had survived, but stronger for it. And sometimes when Emily looked at the sky on quiet evenings, she thought of that silver ring. A simple circle, unbroken, endless, just like the power of forgiveness. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to help spread stories of hope and second chances, because sometimes the smallest act of kindness can rewrite an entire past.